Hi, my name is Kevin McAvoy. I am the art teacher for the Sunshine Coast Alternative School. Today I'm going to show you a little bit about gravity casting. We're going to make a peace sign keychain ring. Some of the things that you're going to need for this project are a bench vise, a torch, a whisk for mixing the plaster investment, a casting ladle for holding and pouring the metal later on. You'll need a measuring cup for the proportions of the plaster to water. You'll need a metal plate. You'll need water, and you need a box to hold the plaster and make a mold. You'll need your mixing bowl. And this is how you start. You get a 4.5 by 5.5 inch piece of cardboard, and you scribe it 1 inch in. Using your scissors, you're going to cut it along the edges, and then you're going to form it into a box. It's really quite easy. Any piece of scrap cardboard will do. And why we're doing this is that it creates a matrix for the plaster. We want to create a block that we can use, and this is probably the easiest way. It's disposable, it's easy to make. Use your masking tape to secure the corners. And there's the box. It doesn't have to be perfect, it just has to be sort of like a basic container that you've made. You're going to be lining this with plastic because, of course, the wet plaster will just destroy the box. The measuring cup, you want to have 200 milliliters of water, and you want to have 400 milliliters of the casting investment. Always add the powder to the water to prevent the dust from flying up and getting into your nose. This stuff's not very good to breathe, so wear a mask if you have one, or take your time, but always add the powder to the water and stir it. Another reason you want to add the water first is that it keeps the dust, and it also prevents bumps and lumps of plaster from forming. So here I am, and I'm lining the red box with an ordinary piece of plastic from a garbage bag. And then after mixing the plaster investment, you pour it into the little mold. This casting investment will set in about 10 minutes, depending on the temperature of the room. And once it's set, you simply remove the block, take away the plastic, and you're ready to proceed with the next step, which is the design of the keychain ring. And in this case, I'm going to be doing a peace sign. So the first thing you do is you inscribe the drawing onto the plaster block. It's gravity casting, so you want to avoid 90-degree angles. You want to avoid any letters because they come out backwards. You draw the thing. I'm drawing a peace sign. The little triangle portion forms a gateway that allows the metal to flow downwards and create the peace sign. Once you've finished the drawing, you can take a tool, anything with a needle-like point. I use scribers, I use thumbtacks, I use dental tools, X-Acto knives. All of these are really useful tools for inscribing the design. Basically, you're going to carve the peace sign into the block. Not too deep, because then the peace sign will be very heavy. You want to remember that it has to be a practical application. So here I am finishing off the peace sign. Looking just about finished. And we take it over to the bench vise and put the piece of steel next to it. You can see the opening in the gateway. This is where we're going to pour the molten metal. Secure it lightly in the bench vise. Too much pressure and you'll crack your mold. Assemble your torch. Take some metal. Put it into the casting ladle. Apply the heat. This metal is pewter and has a very low melting temperature. When it's liquid, you have to be careful not to burn yourself. Pour it down the gateway or the sprue until it comes up the top. Never ever pour molten metal into a damp mold. The resulting steam explosion will be very harmful. After the metal has hardened and cooled, remove your object. And now the real work begins. You cut off the gateway or the sprue, leaving just the peace sign. File off all of the rough edges. Drill it with the drill press. This is going to be where we're going to put our jump ring that attaches it to the chain. There's the jump ring. Always open a jump ring by moving it sideways, and then to close it, move it backward sideways. Attach your chain to the jump ring. Close it. And you connect the chain end to a nickel split ring, and the project is finished and you're ready to put your keys on it. My name is Kevin McAvoy. Thank you for watching this video on gravity casting, and have a nice day.